Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your February 2021. I've had such trouble getting 2021 out of my mouth. 2021, love and general reading. I'm Gemstone Tarot and you are Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cards are ready. Someone's doing some mild building work. That's the best way I can describe it down the street. So I'm really hoping that that doesn't become more ambitious. Or we might have to go out and have a word with them, Sag. There'll be an extended reading to this as ever, and the link is below in the description box. I'm using the Rider-Waite Tarot. What do we need to know for my lovely Saggies? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Ooh. Nice. Two aces. Two aces, baby. Right. Saggy. Ace of Swords. Complete clarity. Swing! What I call up the crown chakra. It's something you can't not know. An epiphany, if you like. A kind of, I'm not going to say an awakening because most Sagittarians are already there. But definitely an epiphany. Now it's combined with the Ace of Wands. We quite like this. I love it when two aces come out together, okay? Because an ace on its own can sometimes be a bit of an overload. Let's say you get the Ace of Swords, you become very Aquarian, very kind of heady, and we're in this Aquarian energy anyway, and you could be too kind of untethered and too information-based and too ideas-y. When you get it with the Ace of Wands, it's more of that kind of coming from somewhere deep and fiery and quite Sagittarian and Kundalini energy and that whole kind of grrr feeling, okay? Combine these two and you've got some balance. I like it. There's something about February that starts your year. I should imagine that January, and it maybe was for quite a few people, was a slow starter for you, Sag. It's giving me an itchy nose. Yeah, I think you came into it a bit dormant, you know, as if you were hibernating. And next to the Ace of Wands, I've got the Hermit. And again, Sagittarius, I feel like, you know, with the Hermit, you get the star inside that lamp. It feels like there's a good reason you've been under the covers or tucked away or retreating or whatever, you know, we're all in kind of various different lockdown stages in different countries. Sometimes it's enforced and sometimes you would have retreated anyway, you know, it's that feeling. Or it's like an uneasy combination of the two. There's a lot of introversion here for a Sagittarius reading. There's a lot of soul searching, I would say. And that's giving me an itchy nose. This whole reading's giving me an itchy nose. I was fine before I started your reading, Sag. So we have the Hermit looking for enlightenment with the star inside this lamp. Hermits retreat and they live on the edge of society. And the Hermit lives in this cave. And that's where he gets his wisdom. But what I'm also getting, if you can get over the whole phallic nature of it, is the Hermit's got a big stick. And the Ace of Wands is a big stick, okay? So let's like get over the big stick thing, which I always, God, it's giving me such an itchy nose, I'm sorry. Which I always, you know, have a little guffaw about. This big stick, Kundalini energy, wand energy, and it's really, really prevalent. I've got it here in the Page of Wands as well. And the Page of Wands is a kind of younger fire sign energy, but also in the page form, it's kind of bringing in fire, bringing in energy, bringing in warmth, that might have been missing, okay? Three of Wands, taking the Ace of Wands, prospecting with the Two of Wands, and then it starts to multiply. This is expansion for you. So notice how on the Wands things are growing, okay? This just whole reading could just be some sort of carry-on film, I'm sorry. And on this wand as well, things are growing. But it's important. Things are starting to bud. Things are starting to... And on these as well, because you've got the Six of Wands, winner, winner, chicken dinner as well. Things are really starting to grow on this one. And we've got a laurel wreath and it's successful. And it's like, we made it, you know. Six of Wands, Ace of Wands, Three of Wands, Page of Wands. Woof. That's almost like a big old bonfire. But you're not at the Ten of Wands where you're exhausted. This is good. This is peak levels of Sagittarian energy, which were probably missing and lacking, okay? Now, at the same time as you feel ready to rumble, ready to move forward, ready to kind of expand, and we are in Mercury Retrograde in February, and I always think of Mercury Retrograde as like a wave drawing back on the ocean, and then you get to see what shells and bits and bobs were there, okay? This came up for Virgo as well. And you have Virgo in your reading, so you might be dealing with a Virgo person in your life, or a person who is introverted, quiet, calm. That's come up for you a lot, that Hermit card, hasn't it? Once Mercury retrograde, which is retrograde from the 30th of January until the 21st of February, then you give it a few days either way, okay, for the shadow period. It draws back the curtain, it draws back the tide, and you have something, I would normally say there's something that you need to go over or look at, but I feel there's a kind of a shift coming, more importantly, and it's more Sagittarian. Sagittarians do more, I'll try and speak properly, Sagittarians do work in shifts, in energetic burst shifts, rather than so much of the progressive linear way. Sagittarians are mutable fire. It's like, woof, woohoo, fireworks, I'm burning, it's gone down. It's like, oh, and then woof, fireworks, I'm burning. It's like that. So think of it kind of like this. I think we talked about this last month. Don't be expecting linear progress and like a slow sort of move. That's more Capricorn, earth sign stuff. And yet I feel like we've got the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is going back to the past. It's nostalgia. It's when Mercury is retrograde, it's a Mercury retrograde card. It's old loves, old friendships, old contracts, old work contracts, anything that's kind of from the past. It shifts. Now, it doesn't shift because you're having like concerted talks with somebody, or you're making X, Y, and Z effort that you can point to. That's what I'm trying to say, is it shifts like a bonfire shifts. Okay, we're getting into an analogy. Let's just do it. So you know when you build a fire, I don't know if you've built a fire. Most people have built a fire. I used to have an open fire. God bless its soul. And when I built it, which I love to do, the fire would kind of burn, and then there would be this drop. You'll know what I mean if you look at a fire. It goes, woo, yeah, this is good. And then it kind of, there's this, like it almost heaves a sigh of relief, like that. And then you got a fire. You know, it's like, oh, we're in the heart of the fire. That's what happens. In this situation, which could be an old, difficult relationship situation, or an old, difficult friendship connection, I feel like it's a bit old and difficult, a bit old and smelly, a bit old and it's a bit troublesome to you in some way. I feel like you smoke it out, you burn it out, the fire drops. There is a palpable shift in the energy of a situation, and it's good for you. It may not be so good for the other person, but we're not reading for the other person just yet. We're reading for you. So 6 of Cups, it could go back to 6 years old, 6 years ago. It could go back to childhood. It can be to do with exes, old, anything, okay? But it is something retrograde-y, something nostalgic. It's interesting. I love that you've got the 6 of Wands, because this is like a conversion card. You have success with this. You have not been able to be successful with this particular connection, relationship, job, whatever it is. It's not been successful before. It's been difficult and it's been painful and it's been karmic. That's the word. Hesitate to use the word karmic because karmic is such an overused word, but I've got to use it. Your other overall energy card is the Star, which I'm rather pleased about. This is the card of the manifester. It's the card of Aquarian energy, and we're in this sort of age of Aquarius. And it's also about your wishes and your hopes, but not in a kind of, I wish, you know, which kind of, I don't know, feels a bit desperate, doesn't it, when you're really wishing. It's like, I wish this wouldn't happen, and I wish that would happen, and I wish on my birthday cake blowing out thing. Is that kind of traditional wish? Not like that. The Star is the energy, if you think about the 2 jugs for the Star, okay, and think about the Sagittarian card, which is Temperance, where someone is playing with the energies and they're happy, and it's like their crown chakra is lit and they've got their feet in the source, and they're like, yes, I'm stuck into my luck. And I've been saying this to you for months as well. Believe you are lucky, okay? It's coming up for me again. Get stuck into your Sagittarian luck vibe, to the sparkliness, to the shine, to the whole, if you look at that Star card, it's actually one of my favourite cards in the deck, to the opportunity, okay? And also, this is important, look at that Hermit, there's a star in there. Star is trapped. Star is trapped in the Hermit's lamp. 6 of Swords, something from the past gets lit, burnt, the fire drops down, woof, it moves you on. And yet, I know, you got the Hanged Man as well as your overall energy. Now look, he's lit. Crown chakra is lit, okay? That's a bit naggy, that card, because it's not very progressive. It's going to, this is the 6 of Cups, and this is being in Mercury retrograde energy, and that's fine actually. It's just difficult for fire signs to be in that retrograde energy because, you know, your wand is lit. You're kind of ready. You're going to get those feelings of woof. I can only describe it as like grr and woof. But, you know, the fire wants to burn. And yet the Hanged Man is like, oh, 6 of Cups, very watery energy, you know, we're just going to douse those flames a little bit. We're just going to, you know, woof, cool your jets, Nelly. It's that feeling that there's still something a bit karmic to deal with before you can move on to the next phase. It doesn't worry me too much because it's so clear that there is a next phase. You know, that Page of Wands, Ace of Wands, 3 of Wands, 6 of Wands is a nice progressive sequence of all of the positive wand cards. You know, you haven't got your 7s and your 10s and any of that stuff. I mean, there aren't many difficult wand cards, but you haven't got the obstacle wand cards. You've got the good wand cards. There's something, you also have Justice, Major Arcana, the balancing of something karmic again. There's something karmic to be balanced in a relationship. It might be an old relationship or a new relationship, or a bit of both in some strange kind of old new way, okay? It needs, the universe wants it to be resolved, and it's going to get that move, it's going to get that heat, it's going to get that shift. But until it does, I feel like you're going to be in this interesting Hermit Hanged Man, but with all the energy of the aces. I know, that's mad energy, Sag. I like it for you. Justice as well might be a third party, literally a lawyer, an agent, some kind of outside force of some kind, whether it's government agency, lawyer, agents, teachers, I don't know. Coming in with that sword of truth, because look, we've got these two together, okay, the sword and also the agent of the sword, okay. That's someone from the outside coming in to help. And then we got the Ten of Pentacles. You are building a more secure future. You can't take any of that past with you, and the universe isn't going to let you, okay? So there is some drawing back of the curtain about a connection, an emotional connection, a karmic connection that is going to happen, and yet you still are victorious, Sag, okay? I love this for you. I'm going to have a look at your love life in the extended reading. I'm going to look at single Sagittarians, what they can expect, and also how they feel about you for those of you that are already in relationship. The extended link is below in the description box. Do like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.